giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mediacom News Leaders. I'm Carol Kelly. Joining us today from the Cedar Rapids Curling Club to talk about an event, a fundraiser for the United Way of East Central Iowa, Phil Burian. Welcome, Phil.
Thanks for having me.
So you are with the Cedar Rapids Curling Club. Tell us a little bit about this Sweeping for Change fundraiser.
Sure. Well, about a year ago, we decided to partner up with United Way because curling provides a great opportunity to get people who maybe aren't into a golf outing or a 5K run, something like that, to try a unique sport. It's an opportunity for people to get on ice and where it's cool during the summertime. And the sport is a social sport, so it pairs very well with people who want to get together, have a good time, and raise some money for a good cause.
Tell us a little bit about the basics. We got to go back to curling basics. I'm not very familiar. Tell us about why is it called curling?
Well, it's actually called curling. These stones here weigh about 42 pounds. The curling sheet is 148 feet long. And when you throw the stone, slide it, you turn it as it travels down the ice, and the stone actually curves as it goes down the ice. And the reason people are sweeping in front of it is because it polishes and warms the ice just a little bit, causes the stone to go further and straighter. So there's a lot of strategy and technique involved once you actually get at a higher level of placing the stone exactly where you want it to be.
So when you're actually curling and you're in the event itself, why are people yelling or talking or screaming at the TV when we're watching it?
Part of it's a little bit enthusiastic cheerleading, but also the people at the end of the sheet are watching the stone to see if it's curving or going straight, and then they're advising the sweepers on what they need to do in an effort to cause the stone to go closer to where they want it to be.
So you've been curling for 4 years now. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started curling when the club started. I used to stumble across it on upper cable TV shows and wonder what it was, and then when the club was forming, I tried it once just so I could say I did, and I got hooked. One of the things that really keeps me in the sport is its emphasis on civility and sportsmanship. We call our own fouls. We never denigrate an opponent. There's just an insistence on being kind to each other, and that really appeals to me.
So let's go back to this fundraiser. When is this happening?
It's August 10th. It starts at 11 o'clock and it'll run until 5 p.m.
So tell us about this fundraiser and how you register for a team, or how does that work exactly?
Sure. Well, if someone wants to enter a team, they can go to the website that's on the screen, or they can call Destiny Hastings at the United Way and sign up. Their entries are six players. Only 4 play at a time, but we like to have 2 more so they can rotate through and no one gets tired. Thanks to the support of my partners at Simmons Prine Moyer Bergman and Venue Works at the Ice Arena, 100% of the proceeds will go to the United Way.
And talk to us a little bit about how long this fundraiser has been going on.
This is only our 2nd year. The first year, it was kind of an experimental try to see if it would work, and the concept was very well received. So this year, we expect it'll expand.
Tell us about someone who maybe hasn't done curling before, but still yet wants to support the cause and have fun and come out for a day at the ice.
Well, sure. I mean, it is a social activity, so you can always come, and even if you don't feel comfortable being on the ice, and I should add that we're not on skates, so if you just wear good-fitting cross trainers or tennis shoes, you can be out on the ice, and it's not quite as slippery as ice you might encounter in a parking lot in February. We actually put a surface on it that makes it a little bit less slippery. But you can come out and cheer on your friends, and most people that come out, usually we can persuade them to get on the ice and try it once they see that it's not as hard as it looks.
Another component is getting companies and sponsors involved in this fundraiser. Where can somebody learn a little bit more about that as well?
About the, again, I would encourage people to contact Destiny Hastings at United Way. We're providing the curling component of it, and she's really managing the company relations, and so I'm sure she'd be very happy to tell people about that.
Let's do the basics once again, when it is and where someone could register and get signed up for Sweeping for Change.
The basics are it's a curling tournament on August 10th at the Cedar Rapids Ice Arena. You can go to UWECI.com/curling. And find out more information about how you can get involved. And like I said, if you feel comfortable walking around in Iowa in the wintertime, you can do this sport.
Well, that's great. We wish you the best, Phil. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
This has been Mediacom News Leaders, your opportunity to get the full story from the most reliable sources exclusively on Mediacom News Leaders.